Welcome to Waterline 911. I am Mark and I will be your online guide towards addressing your non-revenue water issues. Here, I will break down complex problems, share real-world solutions, and give you the tools and insights to make an immediate impact to your water system. I will also share proven strategies to help water utilities recover revenue, reduce loss, and build efficiency. For today's video, pag-uusapan natin ang top 6 equipment that I think dapat meron ang mga water utilities para mabigyan ng solusyon at aksyon ang problemang lumalala sa non-revenue water. Pero bago yon, kung gusto mo ng mga ganitong klaseng content, please follow and subscribe to my YouTube channel at i-click na rin ang notification bell para updated kayo sa mga susunod ko pa na mga videos. Maraming equipment available ngayon in the market that could help us on our NRW issues. Some are for monitoring and analysis, some dust controls, detection, inspection, and some others that can be used to address NRW, specifically if it is caused by either physical loss or commercial loss. May mga specialized and advanced equipment and systems din available para mas papabilis ang pagpapababa ng ating water losses and lighten the workload. In this video, iisa-isahin natin ang mga basic equipment na ginagamit for NRW reduction. We will rank it from top 6 to top 1 na must-have equipment. We will also include here kung saan sila ginagamit or ano ang part nila sa inyong bottle against non-revenue water. Better na tapusin nyo to hanggang dulo even you think that you already know this or you already have the equipment. Kasi baka may madaanan tayong usage, capabilities, and purpose ng mga equipment that you currently have na hindi nyo pa na-unlock. Baka yung equipment na meron kayo ay ginagamit nyo lang for a single purpose, pero madiscuss natin dito yung other usage nila na makakadagdag sa value nila as an equipment to address your non-revenue water issues. Disclaimer lang ha, this is based on my own opinion, my observation, and past experiences over the years. If you have other equipment to add, please put that on the comment section below. Top 6 equipment that a water utility should have to help them with their NRW issues is the portable meter testing equipment. This type of equipment are made to help us check the accuracy of a household meter, usually sizes 1/2 to 3/4. The portable meter testing equipment does this by installing it in series with the household meter, run a few volume, then compare the accumulated volume. After that, we will compute for the percentage error. If ever beyond na sa allowable percentage error yung difference na accumulated volume ng portable meter testing equipment and the household meter, then the household meter is subject na for recalibration or replacement. There are 3 ways to do it. First is through a single testing mode. Ito yung pinaka-basic. I-install lang yung equipment in series with the water meter, run a few volume, then get the readings. Ganun lang kasimple. Basic lang. Second is by having pressure points. Yung mga portable meter testing equipment usually have their own pressure gauges. Pwede natin sila pagbasihan during testing. Sa pressure points based na testing ng portable meter testing equipment, pwede tayo mag-set ng pressure kung saan natin gusto mag-test yung water meter. Pwedeng 3 pressure testing points, yung iba ginagawang 5 testing points. Ang gagawin lang is using the ball valve included dun sa set ng equipment, i-adjust lang natin siya to pressure level na gusto natin iset. If ma-reach na yung pressure level na gusto natin, by partially closing the ball valves, iraran na natin yung test. So each pressure point, ite-test yung equipment to compute for the percentage error per pressure point. So for example, mag-conduct tayo ng 3 pressure point testing. First pressure point is 15 PSI, second pressure point is 10 PSI, and then the third pressure point is 5 PSI. If na-reach na yung each point na yon, iraran yung test, then get the readings and compare the result. So, ganun lang siya. Ina-adjust lang yung ball valve to get the pressure point bago i-run each test. So, if 3 pressure point testing tayo, the result form should have 3 pressure points and each pressure point makikita din yung flow meter readings and the percentage error each point. Third is by doing the ISO standard test. Dito, ang requirement lang is that yung portable meter testing equipment ninyo should have the capability to read flow, hindi volume lang. And also, dapat alam natin yung minimum flow, transitional flow, nominal flow, and maximum flow per sizes ng meter. Nagbabago kasi yon depende sa size. Standard naman yon and pwede nyo makita sa internet. So using the included ball valve ulit ng equipment, i-adjust nyo to reach the flow rate na kailangan natin. Pwede nyo adjust to minimum flow yung equipment, run the test, and then get the result. So pag minimum flow ang test, the allowable percentage error should be between plus or minus 5%. Same procedure lang din for the transitional flow, nominal flow, and maximum flow. Ang difference lang is that the percentage error should be within plus or minus 2%. If the result is within that allowable error percentage, then okay pa yung water meter and acceptable pa yung error niya. If beyond the allowable percentage error, then the water meter failed the test. So using the portable meter testing equipment, we can address our NRW caused by commercial loss by religiously checking our household meter's accuracy and avoid the inaccurate meter readings. It is also faster than bringing the meter to a meter testing facility. Top 5 equipment is the portable ultrasonic clamp-on flow meter. This equipment uses ultrasonic signal and transient time technology to measure flow sa ating pipe. Hindi intrusive ang sensors niya, so madali lang siyang i-install and ilipat-lipat ng locations. You will just need to clamp the sensor to a pipe na gusto nating i-measure yung flow. It doesn't matter kung ano yung pipe material niya. Basta may space kayo to clamp its sensors, good to go na. If sanay na kayo i-install yung ganitong klase ng equipment, it will only take you 15 minutes to install it and get the readings. Merong two purposes ang portable ultrasonic clamp-on flow meter, kaya kasama siya dito sa list natin ng top 6 must-have equipment. Number 1, the portable ultrasonic clamp-on flow meter can be used for meter accuracy verification ng mga large meters. Dahil nga madali siyang i-install, portable siya, and within minutes lang, meron na tayong result, magagamit ito to easily check yung accuracy ng flow meter or water meter na ginagamit natin to measure customers' consumption, water production, district meters, or whatever field and applications na ginagamitan ng large size meters. Ikakabit lang ito in series to those meters, run a few volume, then malalaman na agad if accurate pa or hindi na yung flow meter or water meter. Kung paano ginagawa yung meter accuracy verification, yung step-by-step procedure niya, i-discuss ko na lang yan sa mga susunod ko pang videos. Number 2 is for pipe flow condition assessment. Ang mga flow meters and water meters, hindi yan ini-install kung saan-saan lang natin gusto. Meron kasing mga requirements ang bawat flow meter and water meter na kailangan masatisfy to make sure na magbabasa sila ng tama. Ito yung mga yon. Dapat flowing full ang pipe kung saan sila i-install. Ang mga meters like electromagnetic flow meters, ultrasonic flow meters, and kahit yung mga mechanical type meters, they rely on the velocity of water na dumadaan sa kanila. Kaya na may measure ng meter ang flow sa pipe is because minumultiply nila yung velocity readings nila to the cross-sectional area ng pipe. So velocity times the cross-sectional area will give you the flow readings. So kasama sa computation ang cross-sectional area. If hindi puno yung pipe kung saan sila naka-install, then magkaka-problem yung readings ng flow meters and water meters. Dapat laminar yung flow sa loob ng pipe. May dalawang klase ng flow, turbulent flow and laminar flow. Turbulent flow in layman's term, ito yung magulong daloy ng tubig. Flow is not moving towards one direction. Hindi ma-define yung flow profile sa loob ng pipe. Each flow profile ay may iba't ibang velocity. Nangyayari ito if the water comes from a pipe bend, deconnection, pipe size changes from a pump, or partially open valves. At this stage, yung flow meters and water meters hindi na ma-define kung ano ba talaga yung velocity ng flowing fluid sa loob ng pipe. By that, nahihirapan makakuha ng magandang reading ang flow and water meter. Isa sa indicator na turbulent yung flow sa loob ng pipe is magkakaroon ang flow meter or water meter ng erratic flow readings, which means ang makikitang flow reading sa kanya is not stable and having large changes. Mababa yung reading and then in a while, in a matter of seconds, biglang sobrang laki ng reading. Then continuous at paulit-ulit yung ganong klaseng readings. On this, hindi makakabasa ng tama yung flow meter. Yung laminar flow naman is yung kabaligtaran ng turbulent flow. Maayos yung flow profile and smooth lang yung daloy niya sa loob ng pipe. Sa ganitong klaseng flow, maganda mag-install ng flow meter. These requirements ng mga inline flow meters are same requirement of portable type ultrasonic flow meter. Ang pinagkaiba lang, ang mga portable ultrasonic clamp-on flow meters has parameters na pwede natin i-check to confirm if okay yung location ng pipe to install a flow meter. So what we are going to do is install the portable ultrasonic flow meter to the pipe where we intend to install a flow meter. After that, we can check the equipment's signal quality. Yun yung parameter na chine-check natin, no? The equipment should give at least 95 to 100% signal quality to say na okay yung flow sa loob ng pipe. Some ultrasonic clamp-on flow meters are accepting 90 to 100%. Depende yun sa brand. If the signal quality goes below the allowable percentage, then the location is not suitable to install a flow meter. By doing this, we can make sure na magbabasa ng tama ang any flow meter na i-install natin doon. So may iwasan natin yung inaccurate readings ng flow meter and extra work para malipat yung flow meter or water meter to correct location or magkaroon tayo ng adjustment sa pipes. Hence, using a portable ultrasonic flow meter, we can check the accuracies of our production and commercial meters, our district meters, faster than bringing the meter to a meter testing facility. Ang nakakuha ng ating top 4 spot is the pressure and flow data logger. A data logger is a recording and monitoring equipment na ginagamit to record data by receiving signals representing a certain parameter. Maraming variants ang data loggers pero focus lang tayo to pressure and flow data logger sa video na to since NRW ang pinag-uusapan natin. So you can use data loggers to monitor and analyze the whole network from production sources to the farthest part of the network o yung tinatawag nating critical point. It is also used for pressure analysis, for hydraulic modeling, and analysis of pressure profiles, which is necessary for water network adjustment like DMA formation, pressure management and control, and leakage monitoring. You can also use the data loggers for night flow measurement that will help us identify solutions to address NRW on a particular DMA because malalaman natin kung physical loss or commercial loss ba yung problema. We can also use the data logger for meter sizing activity. Dito kasi nire-record natin yung flow from a large meters, usually commercial meters, for 7 days. Malalaman kasi natin dito kung nasa tamang size ba ang metro base sa demand ng sinusuplayan niya. Another usage of data logger is for accurate monitoring ng mga production meters. Sometimes, we are having errors on the manual reading and hindi pa consistent yung pagbabasa ng mga meters. So, pag sinabing 1 hour, hindi minsan saktong 1 hour yung reading ng mga metro natin. In data logger, automatic niya na yung ginagawa, so accurate and consistent ang recording natin ng flow data. The data logger in reality cannot reduce NRW alone, but the data it gathers will help us in analyzing water network and we can come up with the best solution and approach to reduce non-revenue water. Electronic ground microphone and listening stick, which is used for leak detection activities, got our top 3 spot. Please take note that I am only referring to the electronic ground microphone and listening stick. Siguro magtataka kayo bakit hindi kasama si correlators and the noise loggers. It is because among the 3 basic leak detection equipment, the electronic ground microphone alone can seal the deal. Correlators and noise loggers are leak detection equipment, though it can surely help us do leak detection faster. It is still reliant to the skills of the leak detection personnel and to the electronic ground microphone and listening stick. You can do leak detection and pinpoint leaks using the electronic ground microphone and listening stick alone, but you cannot pinpoint leaks using correlators and noise loggers without the help of the electronic ground microphone and listening stick equipment. So ito yung pinakakailangan to detect leaks. Mahirap ang leak detection without the electronic ground microphone and listening stick. You can walk an entire line and detect leaks only by having this equipment. However, I am not saying that you don't need to acquire other leak detection equipment because electronic ground microphone and listening stick is already enough para makahanap ng leak. Of course, no. We are just talking about the top 6 equipment that a water utility should at least have to start reducing NRW. But to do it faster and more effective, you still need the other equipment. The equipment which got the top two spot is the pressure reducing valve or the PRV. PRV function is to reduce a higher inlet pressure to a steady and lower downstream pressure regardless of fluctuating demand and varying inlet pressure. If leak detection activity is occurring stage for our pipeline, pressure management and control using a PRV is for preventing pipe breakage to happen. Excessive pressure is one of the causes bakit tayo nagkaka-pipe breakage. Limiting this pressure using a PRV is the best solution. May nakita kami from other utilities that they are controlling pressure by use of ordinary valves like gate valves, butterfly valves, etc. What they do is partially closing those valves so lesser pressure will be on the downstream side of that ordinary valve. However, that is true only when demand is present on the downstream side of the ordinary valve. But when there is no demand, especially sa gabi, the pressure on the downstream side of the valve will build up until it reach the pressure at its inlet. So hindi talaga nalilimit yung pressure to the level as what we prefer. Pinapabagal lang natin ang build-up ng pressure papunta dun sa downstream side ng mga ordinary valve pero hindi siya actually nakokontrol. That's why PRV is essential for pressure control. Kasi sa PRV, na may maintain niya yung pressure on its downstream side 24/7 regardless if mataas yung demand or magbago man yung inlet pressure. As long as hindi lower yung inlet pressure sa outlet pressure setting natin. And by limiting the pressure, nababawasan yung risk natin for pipe breakage and bumababa din yung ating leakage volume. Makita nyo yon kung titingnan nyo yung night flow after PRV setting. Another benefit of using a PRV and limiting downstream pressure is nadadivert natin yung excessive pressure to those area na mababa or mahina ang pressure. Maraming benefits and great impact sa NRW reduction when our system has PRVs. Okay, before ko i-reveal yung top 1 equipment a utility must have to address NRW issues, i-review muna natin yung top 6 to top 2. So, top 6 is portable meter testing equipment and top 5 is portable ultrasonic clamp-on type flow meter. These equipment are used to check the accuracy of meters. Halos same sila ng function, they are just different in application. Kaya sila nasa dulo for me is because we still have an option to test our meters to a meter testing facility. So it is a must-have equipment to easily do meter accuracy test, but since may other options naman to do it, we put them on the last spot. The data logger got the 4th spot because of the importance of data. We cannot do anything without any information or without assessing our NRW situation first. In other words, parang bulag tayo with our system without the data loggers. It's like we're trying to drink a medicine without consulting a doctor about the real issue. Data analysis is very important before we act on doing activities to reduce NRW. On our top 2 and 3, PRV comes first on the 2nd spot before electronic loud microphone which is on the 3rd spot. For the reason that leak detection is already for curing our pipeline while PRV is preventing leaks to appear. If kaya natin ma-manage and ma-control ang ating pressure, we can lessen episodes of pipe breakage and we can already lower our leakage volume. Now, the top 1 equipment a water utility must have to reduce NRW is the accurate flow meters or water meters. Take note I said accurate flow meters and water meters. Why? Because if we are sure that our flow meters and water meters are reading accurately, we can confidently say that our NRW percentage is our true NRW percentage. Having the correct and accurate meters can help us do correct analysis, accurate assessment, and we can come up to the proper solutions. Remember that NRW is the difference between the system input volume and the total volume billed from our customers. Getting the correct system input volume and the volume billed from customers is not possible without having accurate meters. NRW is measured correctly when we have correct and accurate flow and water meters. Meters are our life for revenue and information to losses. If for example, production meters pa lang natin is mali na yung reading, we cannot expect a correct assessment and computation of our NRW. Hence, we cannot come up to the correct solution. And sometimes, since NRW is measured to our meter's volume reading, palitan pa lang natin yung production meter natin to an accurate one. Lalo na if over-registering yung old production meter na yon, bababa agad yung ating NRW. Minsan din, akala natin mababa lang or sobrang taas ng NRW natin pero hindi naman pala. We just have an inaccurate meter kaya nagkakagano. That's the reason why we selected accurate flow and water meter as our top one equipment that a utility must have to assess and reduce our NRW. So that's our top 6 list equipment a water utility must have to assess, reduce, and manage non-revenue water. Again, this is just my personal opinion based on my experience and observations over the years of being in the water industry. Kayo, ano-anong equipment ba ang gamit nyo to assess, reduce, and manage your NRW? Put that nga in the comment section. For your NRW issues, please follow and subscribe to my YouTube channel at Waterline0911 and I will guide you on your battles against non-revenue water because we know that every drop matters. Thank you for watching.